Welcome to Life, Laughter, and Everything. I am Cosmos, and we are here again today to bring you an exciting episode of this podcast. Before I move forward, I would like to introduce, my co-host for today. She's beautiful, she's sassy, she's elegant, and she has all it takes to bring out the smiles, those laughter in you. Ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not too busy, be jamming it up together as we introduce Lilian.
Thank you very much for introducing me. It's good to be here. I hope that you guys enjoyed this podcast.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, this particular lady, she's got the steez. She's got the vibes. Wherever you find her, she's always the life of the party. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you Zandy.
Oh my
Of the
goodness.
good life.
Yes, of the good life indeed and everything else. So welcome to this podcast. Sit back and enjoy as we go through this. Thank you.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I must say we started off quite on a very calm notes, and we've posted a lot of anticipatory stuff, and I'm sure some of our audience, potential audience at this point, would want begin to wonder what's going on. Can you guys bring up the video already? So here is it. Okay. Before we proceed to the main topic of the day, just a little bit of to do some reflection on how does it feel? Like, how does it feel? Lilian, how does it feel to start this podcast? How do you feel about it?
Mm, I feel like I just opened the door to a room that I've always belonged in.
Mm.
I'm nervous, but in a good way, a good kind of nervous. Like I feel butterflies in my stomach, but it's
Mm,
butterflies before breakthrough.
mm,
So
Mm.
I know that we're going to do the best, but I also want to push myself enough to get exactly what our audience would need.
mm.
Awesome.
That's great. Sandra, how do you feel?
Well, I can say this is the time. You know, we've always talked about this. Cosmos, remember?
Hmm.
And it's just about starting. And I'm so happy we've started. And I don't know how far this is gonna go, but I know it's really gonna go far.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm most grateful to God and I'm just happy. Let's just go on this ride already. I feel nervous, but then I'm excited.
I'm
I'm
just
really very excited.
and I also feel
Really.
that I have a lot of words that
Mm.
are waiting to come through. So
Yeah, they're about to
let's,
see that Lilian,
of
you know.
course.
Okay. All right, ladies and
How
gentlemen.
about you,
Yeah.
Cosmos? How do you feel?
Well, I feel elated, and I've always wanted to do this. Share my opinion, share my
Mhm.
ideas to the world, and we talk about those matters. Those
Yeah.
issues that really shape our being, and it's particularly those ones that have not always been on the limelight. People are afraid to speak about it,
Hmm.
Mhm.
even when it affects our life in diverse ways. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's important. So for me, this is good, and I feel good about it. Well, nervous, but then I just want us to be relaxed.
Cosmos,
I
are you sure you're
know.
nervous?
Nah,
You don't look
well,
Never
nervous.
know.
As if we got it all together, you know, right?
Oh.
well, it's we are just having a conversation. So
Well,
so I just want to have conversations
And have fun while
and
having
have
a
fun
and
conversation.
chill,
and
laugh, and all
chill,
that.
and
Vibe.
of course, our viewers, please feel free to type in the comment section, tell us what you feel
Yeah.
about this podcast. All right, let's not waste so much time. Let's dive into it. All right, so today's topic, uh, we'll be talking about words that were never spoken.
Mm.
Words
Mm.
that were never spoken, and
Mm.
Mm.
yeah,
That's deep.
I can see that Lilian and Zandy are already saying,
Mm.
okay, all right. So just I know a lot of adrenaline is up right now.
It's
So
Mm.
popping.
just take it easy, and I'm sure we're going to unpack a lot of it as we go on. So in terms of research, research has shown that um, some of the most unspoken words. One of them are words of gratitude,
That's right.
words of, affirmation, just to, put in confidence in someone. Those words could be words of desire, words about love.
Mm,
Yeah,
There
most
are a lot of
importantly.
them, and those words are always not on the limelight, and we don't know why. And these words are they are just everywhere, but then people find it difficult, to say them. So I just want us to unpack this in a way that would make sense. So Lilian, can you tell us, in your opinion, what do you think? What are those words in terms of, for instance, apologies? Do you think people apologize enough, or what do you think?
Hmm.
hmm.
Hmm. I'm taking a minute to think about this
Yeah.
because there's never enough apology.
Mm,
But there are also situations where we don't even get to apologize at all
absolutely. Mm,
because of certain circumstances. Most times it's because we don't know how the person we want to apologize to is going to take the apology. Sometimes it's because of past experiences
mm.
about how we've apologized to people and being taken advantage of. Sometimes because those people close doors that doesn't even give us an opportunity to reach them. Apologies can go in different ways, but can you summon up the courage? First up, you have to reflect. What are you apologizing for? It starts with understanding that you've done something that requires an apology.
But just apologize anyways.
It's hard for people to apologize.
Well,
Like most people don't know how to apologize. When we were little
Mm,
growing up, they teach us the five most kindest
magic
words.
words.
Those magic words, you say thank you, you say please,
mm,
you say I love you, you say I'm sorry. We come from different backgrounds. Some parents didn't have the time to inculcate these values in their kids.
Hmm.
Some kids had these values but lost it along the way. Some people grow up having this ego of feeling better than other people.
So it's hard
mm,
for them to
Of
apologize.
course, like I'm better than you, I'm richer than
Yeah.
you, I'm more intellectual than you, I studied better than you. Like, why would I apologize to someone that is beneath me? Sometimes it's because, are you heard? When you apologize, do you feel heard? Because one thing is putting the apology there, another thing is receiving that apology.
mm,
That's right.
So there are so many things that makes people not able to apologize. You could harbor this hatred in your heart for a very long time, and just the time that you're about to apologize, this person dies.
Oh my
mm,
God. Hmm.
You can you can harbor this hatred, this rage,
mm,
and just when people talk to you about, oh, how much you should forgive, how much you should open up your
Ah.
heart, you can't reach this person
Hmm.
because they say that where someone's madness stops is
Another
the
person's.
beginning.
mhm,
Is the
Another
beginning.
person's.
So by the time you're ready to apologize to me, I've checked out.
Oh
mhm.
Like,
no.
why
I've
did you
moved
wait for so
on.
long?
Yeah,
You've dealt with that pain.
yeah.
So I don't need that apology anymore. I've healed myself.
Mm,
It's not good healing, but you shut that door.
Mm.
mhm,
There is that scar. It's
mm.
still painful,
Yeah, but
but
a lot of people would argue that sometimes the person whom you want to apologize to does not give you the opportunity, you know, to apologize. You
try
know,
anyways.
so yeah, but at the end of the day, it seems it's both ways, because one underlying thing here is that people bear grudges,
Yeah.
and once they bear
Mm,
grudges, they tend to keep to themselves. They feel they're offended,
mm,
and you see two persons,
Hmm.
being offended, and then everyone sees them. Oh, he should apologize. Oh, the other person should
The bigger
apologize.
hundred
person. I'm the
So,
percent.
bigger
so at the
person.
end of the day, there is an underlying issue that
Mm.
needs to be talked, and I think bearing grudges is also, those things you have hidden up in you.
Unspoken
I
words.
believe speaking out also, even demanding apology, is
Mm.
part of those things that should be talked about. What do you think?
Different people handle different situations differently.
Mm,
If I'm to use this tautology,
mm,
I and some other persons that I've met in the past or in the present,
mm.
sometimes we need a little bit of space when things have happened.
To heal, you mean?
I need to process.
What are you processing for?
I need to even understand what just happened. Sometimes things happen in the spur of the moment.
Allow
You
me
need
to just apologize to you.
But it doesn't work that way. I need to
Okay,
even
tell me, how
understand the
does it
reason why
work?
you're apologizing
Because
to me.
maybe I
Okay,
hurt you. I just want to
okay,
say
okay,
sorry.
okay. That's
Some
good.
people say sorry without saying, I'm sorry that I hurt you.
But I said sorry.
No, that's not how sorry works.
So
Oh,
it's
wow.
a good thing that you brought this aspect of it, and I
Yeah.
think to even unpack it well, Zandy, I'll come to you.
Yeah.
It's about two persons. They could be in a relationship and they could not. Sometimes they are not in a relationship. But let's
Well,
look at the
friends,
scenarios where, yes, whether friendship or romantic or
siblings.
committed relation, any form of commitment,
Yeah.
committed relationship. You know, people talk about closure. Uh,
That one, did you
yeah,
did you have to
yeah,
go
yeah.
there?
People, yeah, yeah. So
Hmm.
delving, taking it up from where Lilian,
Yeah.
stopped. So what do you think about so closure? Is it something that needs, to be done, to be encouraged? I mean, considering the controversies that have emanated from a lot of examples that we can easily cite in the internet.
Do you need my honest truth about this?
Honest
Yes.
My
opinion.
honest opinion about
Spirit.
Yes,
this?
say that.
I think closure doesn't make sense. What are you
Are
seeking
you
closure?
kidding me?
No, what are you seeking closure for?
We need
It
to close for a
ended.
lot
Just
of
move
things.
on.
No way.
Do you know?
How did it
Sis,
end?
have you laid down on your bed thinking what just
I'll
happened?
say it with my full chest. Do you want the honest truth?
I know what you're about to say.
When a relationship ends, you don't need closure.
I disagree with you.
You don't need closure.
That's
Move
not-
on. The relationship ended. Just move
No.
on. What are you going for closure for?
No. There are certain things you need to understand, and it's going to work for you for your next relationship.
Okay, tell me. What do
don't
you
just-
need?
You don't
Someone
abruptly
broke your
end
heart?
something sweet, nice, something amazing, affectionate, something emotional. Like at some point in your relationship, that person, after your family and God, obviously, becomes your best next thing.
This is you holding on to something
No,
you've
it's not
left.
holding on. You could be the reason
Let
why.
go. Free yourself. Meet other people.
If you
Go
don't
to dating apps. Meet new
if you
people.
don't
Move on.
if you don't
What are you
end up
waiting for?
finding closure, you won't be able to move into another relationship
This is just
because you won't feel good about yourself.
But does that really is that really the case?
To be
Generally,
honest,
do people find it
my
difficult
own
to move
opinion.
on?
Yes, I feel like people find it very difficult to move on because how would someone who you've dated for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years suddenly wake up without explanation, not tell you that they're getting married? You
move
see it
on.
on social
Move
media.
on.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, move on.
You see,
Come on, seriously.
emotions are not switches that
Well,
you
These
turn
are
off and
problems.
on.
You keep beating yourself over something that is dead, gone,
I understand.
finished,
I
closed,
understand
ended.
I understand your point, but we're not AIs. We're not robots.
Well,
We're human beings that have blood running through our veins. We work with a lot of chemical functions in our brain.
okay, let me ask you. Let me ask her. Now you want closure, right? So where is this closure going to happen? How is it going to happen? Is it going to be like a fun conversation? You break up with your ex, or maybe something. Okay, we're talking about ex now. Let's not be talking about family or friends or stuff. Let's talk about relationships. A relationship ended, and probably it was toxic. Let's even say it wasn't even toxic, and now you want a closure. What if you are in another relationship? You will not go back. Call the person on the phone. I want to.
But the point I'm saying
Yeah,
is
but
you can't even move into another
You can't
relationship.
move on.
A
Why?
relationship can be toxic without you knowing that you are the toxic person in the relationship.
No. Well,
There are relationships that are so toxic, but the people that it's their fault push blames to the people that they call partners.
at this
I'm telling
point,
you,
I feel
Okay.
I feel at this point,
Mhm.
this is where unspoken words really make sense to me. Yes, the relationship was fun while it lasted. you could either learn or you didn't learn from the relationship, or maybe something happened, but just move on. You don't have to go back to it.
But
Start looking for closure for you to be better in the next
to be honest, I
relationship.
get your
How do you
point.
even think
I
your
get your
partner
point.
is
Some
going to
people
feel? Your
feel
new
like
partner, how is he going to feel?
you can't get a new partner. The point I'm trying to make is
Oh,
you can't unlearn something if you don't know what to unlearn. Some people are so toxic in relationship. I'm using toxicity because most times it's part of the reasons why people move back. You might be giving 100%, your partner is giving zero. You might be giving 20%, your partner is giving 80. You might
valid.
not know that the partner wants you to mark up that 20
You're
to
going too far.
60. No,
You're
I'm
going
telling
too
you
far.
the truth.
Well,
But then the person pulls away
well,
You're
well,
going
and
too
you don't
far.
understand why.
It ended. It ended.
Oh my
Move on.
God.
well,
No, I don't believe that.
let's put this
Mm.
into perspective
Okay, stay there.
so that it makes more sense to us,
Okay,
and so that our audience can also,
because you're going to
the
argue
issue, the issue here is, the issue here is words that were never spoken.
Of
Now we're
course.
talking about closure. Don't you think those words, those faults you're talking about that maybe the other person doesn't know, don't you think so one person would have been complaining why the relationship would end? Don't you think that's enough reason?
Hmm.
That's enough information for you to know where you are wanting,
What
you
you're
know?
saying is valid. To be honest, I validate you. But I've also met people that find it difficult to communicate. There are people who feel bad about something but can't say it to you.
Hmm.
There are people who pile up things and
Hmm.
wait until it's at the brim for them to explode.
what
And
if
that
I'm
is,
protecting you by not saying those words?
it's better that you tell me. Because if you feel like that's not good for you, I understand everybody is not the same,
Hmm.
but that might not be good for the next person I'm going to be in a relationship with. It might be something so horrible, but I don't even know that I'm that way. It
Hmm.
might be appreciating you. It might be gifting you. It might be saying words of affirmation. It might be the littlest thing that matter. It might be me staying up waiting for you to come back from work. There are things that like it's about people's love language. And I feel
Well,
like these conversations would have been had in the beginning. But sometimes we don't fall into character. What I'm not used to, I'm not used to it. So if those communications do not happen in the relationship, there is already a rift.
Mhm.
And I don't know this thing. And you're harboring it. Because for women, we do these things. We think men should magically know the things that we think. And some men also that have that kind of character, sometimes they're thinking, can she not use her initiative? Does she not know that this is what she's meant to do? He's not communicating it with you.
mm,
And it goes both ways. It's vice versa. And then you're there thinking,
What if I understand your perspective and I
Mm.
totally agree with you, but the problem most of the times is that one person, from my own understanding, one person always shuts the door against the other, and
do you
because
call
of
that
that,
shutting the
true.
door? What if
somehow,
I'm not,
for instance,
what if
for instance, some
I feel
relationship,
everybody know what they're
for
doing?
instance, some relationship,
Sometimes
Yeah,
not.
everyone
and
knows what they're doing.
Sometimes not.
Everybody knows what they're doing, customers.
some relationship ends abruptly. In
Mm-hmm.
fact,
Without
there's
communication,
no communication. It
no
just ends
explanation,
just like that.
nothing.
And then the other
What do I
person,
do?
is just there. What happened? You keeps asking, you keep questioning yourself. What did
It
I
affects
What
your
do?
did you
self
do
What
wrong?
did
esteem.
you do
It
wrong?
affects
And I think
relationship
that's
with other
where it
people.
really makes
Everyone
sense.
knows what they're doing in any relationship. That's what I'm gonna say.
I get that. I get that. That's true. But I also know that when you know what you're doing, I don't know what you're doing.
Okay, so the
Well,
important thing here is to communicate,
Yeah. It's
let
those
out your
unspoken
voice. But do
words.
you think, is it really necessary that when the relationship have ended, you still call for
you're
this
The
closure
thing
opening
is,
for you
wounds.
sometimes,
to?
You're going to
sometimes
open
you
wounds.
yearn for these closures, but it never comes.
That's you opening wounds. If what if you go to seek this closure, and this other person starts to bring up things, those attitudes that you complain in the relationship about? Why not just why going to open that wound? Just leave it and
I,
move
d-
on. That's what I
I
feel.
don't
Don't you? Do you know
believe
what
in
I mean here?
I don't believe in people who contact their exes and then meet
That's
up
the
with them someplace.
closure.
No. There
Do
are
you know what
so
has
many
happened
ways to
in the
get
process
closure.
of closure?
There are so many ways to get closure.
Okay.
Sometimes closure doesn't come from even that partner. Sometimes it's partner's best friend. Sometimes it's partner's sibling. There are so many people that can tell you what this person has said about you in the past that you did not know.
I don't need that information.
Sometimes it comes to you. The fact that I ended a relationship with someone doesn't mean I cut off every other person that they know or people that I knew from him.
Well, you're
There
right
are
there.
people who I've become
Mhm.
friends and family with.
Mhm.
I'm not with you. Bad relationship happens.
Mhm.
Move on. I understand that. But should I now shut doors to amazing people that have introduced me to beautiful jobs, people that have their kids have become friends with my kids, people that I work at the same place with? Like there are so many connections. How many people do you want to shut up? I understand that there are certain things these conversations will come up. You can't avoid it. How many times in your long year do you want to say, I don't want to talk about him? Like, would you be avoiding or talk about it and get it out of the way?
I can talk about it, but I don't have to talk about it with him. That's my point.
Exactly. You don't have to. But closure comes from different places.
Well, you're right.
So that's the point that I was trying to make.
Well, absolutely true. And the fact that, most people, they need some time, to heal,
process.
to
True.
process a lot of
Yeah.
things. And then not everyone has this emotional intelligence or emotional maturity to be able to handle, matters
100%.
like that.
100%.
Sometimes, you talked about linking up with or still remaining connected with the friends or the acquaintances of your ex.
Yeah.
For some people, they may say no, they don't want any
100%.
form of linkage, any
True.
form of sad memories and all
From
all
that person. It must have really been a bad
Yeah.
experience.
So, but
I don't want that kind of
to put what we're
experience.
saying in context, what we're trying to say or the arguments you guys are making here is that it is also important for two persons who were once in a relationship to like come together and do some kind of reflection on what went wrong.
100%. Now you understand what I was
and
saying. Reflection, that's the word.
Wow.
and what can we do, and like so that you illuminate those gray areas.
How do I become better?
How do you become better?
Where did I get
your
it
future
wrong?
I don't need you to
relationships?
get
For your
better.
partner.
Well, that's
partner.
really controversial. We know for some people they go for closure, and we know something else happened. Where I don't want to mention that.
I know
That's the point.
Yeah,
but
say, but then it's well, it's well. I think let's move on from that. I think we've talked a lot about closure and all that, but there's this one that really strikes my heart. It's very important, and
Mm.
this idea of, oh, he was a wonderful guy. He did so well. He did that. He did this. He did that. He helped me when I was in school. He paid my mother's hospital bill. He did this and he did that. And ladies and gentlemen, he's singing these praises to a dead person
Yeah.
that cannot, that is not even, that does not have ears to even hear, these things. What do we say about these things? Why is it difficult for people to be appreciated while they are alive? Why should people die before we sing their praise?
I've always been a big person on saying give people their flowers while they are alive.
Well, I agree with you.
It's just that simple. Because giving flowers can mean anything. It could be telling you, oh, you look so pretty today. Oh, Cosmos, your shirt is really nice. You
Thank
look really good. It's only saying thank you. It's really hard to see ladies or women complimenting themselves.
I compliment people.
Well,
A lot.
duh. So you see a beautiful lady, a friend who is really dressed nicely. Compliment them.
Oh, I
Tell them
love
how
your
nice
hair.
they are. Call people, call friends. Tell them how good they are, how wonderful they've been, how you miss them.
I love your hair.
Oh wow, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's focus.
All right. So that's just it. So I'm very big on telling people how good they are while they are still here. Even I can just remember one day I would just be like, I haven't seen this person post. Are you sure this person is okay? Check on this person. What's up? What's happening? You've not posted. Or no matter how little things really makes me really very happy. So it's just about, you see, this very, that's why I don't like funerals.
Mm,
People just come out and say things. Why did you tell this person these things while they're alive?
mm,
How good they are.
mm.
And now another annoying one, you wait until birthdays. Why do you have to wait until birthdays before you start telling me how wonderful, how good, how special?
Adulthood is
Well,
happening. Life is happening.
okay.
Life is happening to a lot of people.
That you don't tell people how nice and how good they are.
I also feel like it goes both ways. I am so big at calling friends, connecting with people. To be honest, I still have primary school friends. I call them. I call my friends a lot. God knows. I check up on people. But on days when you go into that solitude yourself, how many people contact you? How many people know what you're going through? How many people goes, "Oh, she's not called me for a long time. She usually does." I don't think it's a one-way thing. But people have become entitled.
Mm,
Sometimes you speak those words
mm.
because you're that expressive person.
Hmm.
You're extroverted. I tell you all the time how much you're kind to me, how much I appreciate our friendship.
Yeah, I understand your perspective, Lilian, but I think we should put this also into context and narrow it down home. In our family, how often do we call our siblings? In fact, most importantly, our parents. You know, sometimes, for instance, if I use myself as an example, many times I feel I don't call my dad enough. And
Mm.
many times I feel like, man, you should do this, and there's this saying that goes, the moment, your parents begin to age, it's like the clock is ticking against you as well, not just them,
Them.
because as the day goes by, the more limited the opportunity you have to reach out to them or to talk to them. So Zandy, what do you think about that? Like, take it up from there.
Yeah, I think as they're getting older, there's this gap that I don't know what it is, but it's just more like maybe we're not calling often or we're even calling often. So it's both ways. For me, I think I'm calling often now. Some days I just say I just need my mom. I just want to speak to her, not for any reason in particular, but I just want to talk to her, right? Then also my dad as well. But then when it comes to siblings, it's different. Yeah, although we speak every day, yeah, we talk. And then again, another problem that can happen is the time difference. Sometimes you don't get to speak to them as much. But imagine you calling your brother or your sister and telling them, "How far now? I love you, I miss you," and all of that. It's just like, what's wrong with this one? What do you want? Or yeah, like my younger sister, sometimes I call, I say, "Guy, I'm really proud of you." Yeah, just she'll be like, just go straight to the point. What do you want? But that doesn't mean there's no love. That doesn't mean like they don't know you care. But it's just siblings can just be siblings. But I feel we should always check up, call, always be sure that you're calling, especially my mom, my dad. We should always call and check up on them. I just feel like they're getting old and they're almost going. It's really scary. I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to think about it,
Yeah,
really.
absolutely. Yeah, so I think it's something, is a conversation, that should be ongoing. It's something that a lot of us have to,
Do.
take cognizance of and try as much as possible to, reach out to them, make it a routine, talking
Mm,
to them at least. I don't want to give any figure, like as often as possible,
mm,
Yeah. So if we take that away from there as well, and then and try to link it up with, um many people find it difficult to ask for help.
mm,
Even our parents, they at some point, as they age, they begin to see themselves as a burden to their
Mm.
children,
yeah.
and because of that, sometimes they find it difficult for them to even ask for help, or call their children, "Oh, I need this, I need that." And of course, everything all revolves on, not saying those things out, especially when, it is needed. Lillian, make it make sense. Um,
Mm.
How do we um ensure that we are in that position where we give people confidence to be able to speak out to us, especially when they need help?
I don't think you can control how someone brings themselves to ask you for help. But I know that your countenance and the way you relate
Mhm.
gives them a little bit of ease and comfortability. But it also depends on the person that is asking. Some people ask too much
Mm.
and then you snap
Mhm.
because you're human and then they stop even when they're dying. Some people don't ask at all because they can't find themselves asking. Sometimes it's ego, sometimes it's just being helpless. Sometimes they think about what would people say.
Yeah.
This person is going to see me finish. I can't talk about what's going on in my family. Now that's me washing my dirty linens outside. Like there are so many like factors. There are so many things that you have to factor in. It also depends on if you as a person is willing to help. And like I said in the beginning, some people just keep taking, that they take everything and leave nothing to you. So being comfortable with helping people depends on who you're helping. And being comfortable with asking someone depends on who you're asking.
That's right. I agree.
Are you asking someone who has the capability to help? Some people are so shameless, pardon me, that you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I have 3,000." They go, "Send me 2,500."
Oh no.
Some people are greedy.
Oh no.
I'm not kidding you because it happens.
Mhm.
So when you ask me to give you my last pence, not considering how I'm feeling, what I'm doing, most of them don't even ask you if you're okay. Somebody won't call you for 3 years and then randomly calls you and say,
Exactly.
Mm.
"Please, can you? I'm
Mm.
about to die."
Mm.
Oh my
Some people
days.
call you and go, "Oh, I want to support my husband. Can you please give me 500,000 to support your husband's business?" No plans of how to give it back. No plans of you're not working.
Mm.
Do you know if I need that money?
Mm.
And then the way you react determines if they will ever ask somebody else again.
Mm.
Mm.
Because, oh, she said this to me. Because maybe it's your bad time,
Mm.
your worst mood, your lowest of low. And then that person goes into their shell because of that one bad experience
That's right.
and will never ask someone for help because you bruise their ego. So I think how you relate to people, also how you convey, "Oh, I'm so sorry. At this point,
I
I myself am low and I
yeah.
won't be able to assist you." It goes a long way.
Mm.
You can go, "Hey, can you give me a minute? Can you give me 2 days? And then I'll get back to you to know if I can." I know that some people will call you 30,000 times in that 2 days.
Mhm.
Do you have it now?
Yeah.
And it deters you because you're like, "Do you know what? I don't have it. That's what I do."
Mm.
Yeah.
If you disturb me about it when I've said, "Please, can I like
Give me
get some
time.
Yeah,
time?"
what if the person is,
Like in urgent needs.
But if
in
you
urgent
don't
need
have it,
of
you
it?
don't have it.
Mhm.
But if you're expecting
I
maybe
understand what you're
salary
saying. The
or someone always,
entitlement.
oh, I don't
Yeah,
even
that's a
want to
topic
talk
for
about
another
it.
day.
I topic for another day.
Where I don't really think is entitlement at this stage. Of course, when someone
No,
is
some
in
people are
distress,
entitled.
Yeah, they feel because you are their friend,
You own, you
you
owe
should
them.
be able to. You should help them.
well, what we're talking about is, when people are unable to, approach you to say they need help
Hmm.
for different reasons. But I think when someone is in distress, at that point in time,
They're
um,
not thinking properly too.
yeah, they don't think properly and they are desperate.
Mm.
They are automatically go into survival mode. So
That's
at
true.
that stage, they don't care. They just want to. Do you have
They
this
need
thing?
help. Yeah.
They need help. So we need to also factor that.
You're right.
The pressure too.
You're
Yeah.
right.
So yeah.
Sure.
And I think
So it,
experiences would make people not want to ask for help, like you
100%.
rightfully mentioned. You know, like someone like me, it's hard for me to ask for help.
I don't ask
You
for
have,
help.
I have to trust you before I can ask you for help, right? Because it's more like I don't want my business out there. Someone saying, because people, you can ask someone for help and it turns to story. People use you to talk.
Oh
These
yeah.
days, I read something somewhere, before you give help, please hug them because that might be the last time you're going to see them.
100% because
Do you understand?
true.
So,
True.
but that, these are things that people who are highly independent, it's hard for them to ask for help. And this also happens to men, most especially. Sometimes it's hard for men to
This
ask for help.
society doesn't favor men.
It's really sad. That's a big. Columbus is smiling. Really,
Men are so disadvantaged.
They are.
A random one meets you today, and 2 days later, it's her birthday. Shamelessly, she's
Oh my
not.
God.
It's my birthday. Do birthday for me. Some people they do Sunday for me. Do like
That
hello.
one has
So they used to do
passed.
public
Anyway,
holidays.
that's more of
Yeah.
that's something different.
But they say
Yeah.
that it's help. I had a friend who said to me that someone used their mother to siphon money from her because my mom is sick, and out of empathy she sent money. And then having a random conversation with another person, this person called me to say their mom is sick, and the girl said no, she didn't have an accident.
Wow.
So it's the mile that you. So do you think if someone comes back to her to go, my parent is not feeling well, that she's willing to help you? She could even tell you to send the doctor's report. So it's also the intention of people asking. Some people ask for help without even needing the help.
Yeah, a lot of people take advantage of it.
So how do you now decipher who is being sincere and who is not?
Yeah,
women ask for help.
but at the end of the day,
Men.
the bottom line is when you're in need of help, please
Ask.
Especially
I think the
men.
worst you
Ask
can
for
get
help.
is a no.
Yeah.
And so it's better to ask and be rejected rather than not asking, and then you be in your state of penury and maybe things get worse.
And
for
then
you.
someone says, "Why didn't you ask me?"
Yes, exactly.
Please
So
let our men ask for help. Cosmos.
Men,
Please tell your
we're
fellow
going
men,
to have
our
this
brothers,
conversation.
ask for
Men,
help.
yeah,
later.
Let men ask for
men
help.
too cry.
Ooh,
I know men that
And men
cry.
need help as well.
You want men that cry?
No, wait. Don't get me wrong. I want you to be able to express
To
your
cry.
emotions. You don't have to wail. I mean, if
What
you
is
feel
cry?
some kind
Crying?
of if you feel some kind of way, if your emotions are so much, that's why men have the highest rate of please quote me wrong, the highest rate of heart attacks because they bottle things and they can't even ask their wives. The culture where we come from, the men are the head of the family.
So they don't ask.
Even if your wife has 15 million naira more than you will never allow her to pay rent. Why? She's going to now become the head of the family.
Anyway, that it depends on the man. So I think people are different. People
traditional men.
Cosmos, you ask for help.
Of course, when I need help, I ask for help. Yeah, of course, when I need help, when it's really, and when I ever get to that point where I ask for help, in fact, my friends will be surprised because they don't know this is highly unusual.
This is not the kind of person that asks.
Yeah, for him to ask, that means he needs it urgently. So of course, when it gets to that point, it's important to ask for help. Of course, it's not an everyday thing.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just a bailout. It could be monetary, it could be advice, just to meet a need at that particular point in time. So I think that's, to sum it all up, we've talked about apologies. People are apologizing when they should, saying I'm sorry, the magic words. And, it's really difficult for people to say that nowadays, but it's important that we normalize saying I'm sorry to, whomever we've offended. And saying I'm sorry does not really mean, you have all the faults. You can be, the person you're apologizing to, could be the one at fault, but then you're being the matured person. You understand? Because when there is an apology, there's forgiveness. And when there's forgiveness, there's healing. Healing comes, to that place.
Can we also learn to apologize to ourselves? Feel sorry for ourselves. Acknowledge us. Like, I made this bad decision. It was me. Can we have an inward reflection of how far you're going,
That's right.
how best you're doing,
Mhm.
how much you're struggling, but how much you're also winning.
Mhm.
Can we
Mhm.
find a way to speak those words that we expect people to say to us, or words that we say to people? Can we reciprocate it to ourselves, because we're also human beings? I think it will go a long way, because you can't give what you don't have. You can't
Absolutely.
heal when you're not healed. If you're broken, then how do you heal someone else? So well, to my humble opinion, I feel like we should, before even trying to speak those words of
To
kindness to
others,
others, speak it to
to
yourself.
yourself. Very important.
Yeah.
Absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then sometimes some people as a result of maybe inferiority complex, they find it difficult to even praise themselves, and especially those that practice this perfectionism idea and all that. They just want they are so perfect, and they are so sad whenever they make mistakes and all that.
No,
right?
yeah.
So, but moving on from that, we talked about um celebrating our loved ones while they are alive. So it's really
100%.
important. So, and we would like to throw this open to our audience. Let them,
right.
tell us, you seize this moment rather, to celebrate those people. You can go to the comment section, type in the person, your loved one. It could be your dad, it could be your sister, it could be that, long
Neighbor.
distant uncle or cousin
Friend.
that you've not spoken to in a long time. So take that time to give a shout out. Just say hello. I'm just checking in. Are you okay? Are you good? Just saying, are you good? Are you okay? Are you fine?
How are you going?
How are you going?
How
How,
are you?
Mate?
how are you coping? It goes a long way to, bring life into these people and all that. So I think that's really important. I believe we've really said some things today. And of course, the audience, please tell us what you think about what we've discussed today. And do not forget to follow us on our socials.
Yep.
And would definitely meet again the next time. And then we'll talk about more, topics that would really be far reaching in terms of how we live our lives. So please, let's stay tuned to this channel and continue to join us for other episodes of Live.
Laughter.
And everything.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
See you next time.
you. See you next time.